Hello, and welcome back to the Scrying Mirror. If you are a subscriber or returning to the channel, thank you for returning. And if you are new here, I do deck reviews on Oracle and Tarot decks, as well as spell work, divination work, like how-tos, and history on like witchcraft, witches, different things, divination, scrying mirrors, scrying balls, pendulum readings, dowsing rod readings. I also do paranormal, where I will be doing a video on that as well in the near future, very near future. I don't know if we're going to be doing it in our home because it is haunted, and or we're going to be doing it somewhere else. But I was thinking about doing it here, but I may do it somewhere else. But that is a little bit about me. But I wanted to do the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Moseley because I was watching actually Amethyst Ascension, and I was actually already going to do this deck of ancestral work, and it's really good for October because of it's called The Day of the Dead, the Del Mortos, and also I'm going to be doing the Diablo, the Sanctuary, which is a really good one. It's a very beautiful deck. It kind of looks scary, but then I was going to be doing the Haunted House, which is my favorite go-tos that I go to almost every day, and then the Gothic Tarot as well for the Spooktober month. And I'm super excited about it. I haven't been doing a lot of deck reviews in a long ever, so I really wanted to step it up, and I've been doing quite a few. So I'm going to stop and then do like a spell work, and then kind of come back to it. So I'm going to go back and forth over it a little bit at a time. So the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Moseley is Victoria Moseley was a interior designer, and she wanted a new business card, or like a pretty business card that kind of shows off her skills. And she was looking at postcards one day and thought that would be a good idea. So she went to this thrift store and asked this guy, I'm moving my chair around, so I'm trying to get a better angle here. And she was asking him if he had any postcards, and he was like, yes. And in his French accent, he walked upstairs, and you can hear him talking in French to himself, and he comes back down with this big thing of postcards. And she was like, oh, Lord, I didn't really think I needed that many. But she bought them anyway because of all the trouble he had went through, and gets them home, and soon realizes that she kind of wants to, she started doing like some artwork of like Van Gogh and doing her own watercolors and things. And this is how this became. The Vintage Wisdom Oracle are decks that she has used postcards from and has done her own work on them as well. So it's not like the work of like the government or anything. She's done her own take on it, and she's used postcards to help her out. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about it. It's a two-part box. It's very gorgeous. There's embossing right here, and all the way around it's just beautiful colors. It's sepia colored, and it says it's the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck presents 52 lavishly illustrated cards infused with the beauty and inspiration of goddesses, divas, and etheric muses. Rich and symbolic detail, these exquisite montages combine artfully blended images of French sepia photographs, wildflowers, nature totems, and delicate vintage lace. This luxurious set includes an 80-page guidebook filled with evocative insights and timeless feminine wisdom, as well as 5 custom card spreads. And it is by U.S. Game Systems, and I do like U.S. Game Systems. So there is the cards in the booklet, and let me get those out. This is absolute. I know that I have a thing with, like, I love how the artwork turns out, like, in the decks. If I like the artwork, then it's like a sell for me. So this was one of the easiest choices for me when I seen this. But I'm going to kind of bring it down a little bit so you can see the artwork a little bit better. And hopefully there's no shining or glare on it this time. I'm having a horrible problem with that. So here's the book. And it does talk about her, the introduction of how she did it, and her inspiration to making the postcards, because she was trying to do business cards for an interior designer, and then becoming a, you know, becoming a Oracle deck designer. So the cards are all in alphabetical order, like they most all are. And in the back are these spreads. But I wanted to talk about, there's like 10 spreads back here. There's the spyglass spread, the penny farthing spread, the walled garden spread. There's so many spreads. But there's one that I wanted to read to you that I never knew about. And it's more of like a history kind of thing that I love history. I'm a history buff, so I thought I'd read this. And I think I'm saying it right, so if I'm not, I apologize. But I was thinking of chandelier, so I'm thinking chatelaine. It's called the chatelaine spread. But if you look at it, it looks like almost like it's breaking off into pieces. And this is what a key ring was back then. So it was called a chatelaine. So it says the origins of the term chatelaine date back to medieval times and refer to the person responsible for carrying the keys to the house, which was obviously like either the woman of the house or the man, which I'm sure there was more of a manly thing there. The chain on which keys hung was also called a chatelaine, and during the 18th and 19th centuries evolved into a pin from which all the manner of practical household tools were suspended from chains. So this is before the Swiss Army knife. Just kidding. Included were items such as a pencil, which would literally be hanging off of that. So that's crazy. Keys, a needle kit, or anything useful to help with the day-to-day running of the house. For safety and convenience, the pin would be clipped to a waist belt or a pocket and was later worn around the neck or attached like a brooch. So you would see their brooch, and attached on like a little like a line on the brooch was like something like this, and it would hang down and it would have all these things on it. There's a thimble and a needle kit, magnifying glass, scissors, a key, and then it says it was not only practical but also later evolved into a decorative item of intricate beauty, reflecting the wealth and status of the wearer. So you knew if you've seen one of these on them, you knew how wealthy they were. So the depth, the spread mirrors the usefulness and practicality of the chatelaine to reveal helpful and available influences. So I just thought that was really cool because I never knew anything about that. So if you ever see those out, those are an old time piece. So anyway, we are going to go back out of this, and then we will look up one of the cards and read about it a little bit. But it just talks about it, and you've got like love. There's sort of like a page or more on love, and then nature, new beginnings. So this deck is gorgeous. Here is the introduction card, which is absolutely stunning, 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 stunning. I love this. I love just the introduction card because of all this. So I'm going to set that there and try to kind of fix this to where we can see it better. I have OCD, so if it's not like perfect, I'll be moving it forever here. And just like I'm doing right now. So we're going to move it like right here. And it's sticking to the doily, so we're going to do that. So here are the back of the cards, which I think are absolutely gorgeous. They have this sepia and cream colored, and I'm not really fond of like pictures of people on the backs of cards. I just like the designs or whatever, but I do like this one. This one is like this one's okay for me. But look how gorgeous that is. The colors are put together so perfect. They're exquisite, and they're not gilded at all, but they're really very big. As you can tell, they're like this is a big card I'm comparing it to, a bigger than Rider-Waite, and it's still bigger than that one, so you can tell it's quite large. But they're really good with shuffling, and they're really easy to shuffle, and I'll show you that. But as I was about to tell you earlier, I watch only like a few YouTubers that do like card decks that I'm like interested in. And one of my favorites is Mystic Rob. He's really good if you want to look him up. And also Amethyst Ascension. She's been doing it for a while. And she was showing her deck. And she did a beautiful like goldish brown, I think. Or like, I can't remember, but it was so beautiful how she edged these. So I would really like to do it like that, but I don't want to copy her. So I'm going to try to think of like another color I could do. Like, she made it perfect, like it was meant to be like on this card. Maybe like a yellow gold or something, but she did really good. So that's what made me think of like doing my own. So we are going to start off with, and they're not in alphabetical order by no means, so we'll go from what they are already in, what order they're in. So this is Sanctuary. And you can see it better there. You can tell this is from times of like, different times, like 20s, 30s, but very vintage. So I'm surprised they didn't say Victorian Wisdom Oracle, but maybe they just wanted to put vintage. Compassion. You can see her sad that the other butterfly lady is on the ground. And then we have Peace, which looks like this one is a season's greetings card or like a Merry Christmas card. Oh, look, I'll show you down a little bit down here so you can see it a little bit better from the lighting. I'll do it like this so you can see it a little bit better. This one is Transition. Perception. New Beginnings. And I think that is so beautiful. As a mother, of two, I think this is just absolutely beautiful. Wisdom. And you have an owl there. And in the back, you kind of can see the little bit of artwork. And then in this one as well, you can tell like a little bit in the background. This one's a beautiful one. Celebration. Adventure. This is actually one of my favorites because this is me. Like, this is what I want to do. I've always wanted to go to the Eiffel Tower and to the Colosseum and things like that. So, like, I really, really, that's my card there. And this is my card, Healing. I love herbs and the bottles and stuff like that. So, I collect them. As I collect postcards too. So, I have several postcards. I'm going to start collecting a little bit more. Strength. Balance. As you can tell, she's a ballet girl, so you can tell she needs her balance. Gentleness. That one's a beautiful one. This one is Guardian Angel. And I think this is probably my favorite of the deck, because it reminds me of my mom. Power. Release. Choice. Union. Playfulness. Centering. I love this one. Sitting outside of a mirror. Shadow Self. Ancestors. I really love this one. I love this one a lot. purity, love, and look how gorgeous the colors are. So beautiful. Protection, harmony, grace. You can tell she's dancing or just standing there just gracefully. Awakening. This one's a beautiful card. This is the one from the front of the book, and I believe the front of the box. Hope. Trust, where the deer, the buck is trusting her. Oh Lord. Expression. I love how they use the colors in this. It's beautiful. Surrender. Freedom. Innocence. I love this one. I think that one's just so adorable. This one's the most beautiful, I think. Beauty. Obviously. Truth. Looks like they're about to fight. Abundance. Divine timing. Change. Nature. Enchantment. Intention. Listening. So she's listening to the birds like in the woods, so it's more quiet. Discernment. So it's speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil. Reflection. Kindred spirits. Faith. Thought. Intuition. So these are good to pull a deck, pull up one card if you want for just each day. Gratitude. Dreams. I think this is the one off the front of the box. And patience. And let's see how they shuffle. They do shuffle really well. They are big, so you kind of have to do them this way. But they shuffle really well. They're not really thick, but they're thick enough. And they're just perfect. So, picking out a card. Like you can still do that with them. They're not so big you can't do that with. Sometimes, because it's kind of hard to do it really quick like another deck, but... Alright, so we have balance. See if I can do this really quickly. Balance. Here stands a daintily posed ballerina. Although her balanced posture looks effortless, we do not see the many hours of discipline it took to cultivate such grace and poise. As she looks down at the hummingbird, her fragile wing-like arms fold reverently inward, while she hovers on the tips of her toes as if to afford a better view. The male and female hummingbirds represent the relationship between opposites, and their nest illuminated gold eggs is the divine culmination of both. If I can get to the next page, good Lord, they're stuck together. So it's got a lot to it. I don't know if I should read all of it. From the moment we are born, we enter into the realm of opposites. We soon come to realize that finding an artful balance is not only a continual act of survival, but also an ongoing rite of passage leading to a deeper, more refined understanding of ourselves and our relationship to life. Left unchecked, unconscious drives, attachments, and addictions can manifest as blind spots, making it hard to access our internal compass and navigate our attentions wisely. A healthy lifestyle is involving exercise and nutritious diets. Loss of balance in any domain, be it physical, emotional, or spiritual, can lead to a loss of perspective, clarity, and ultimately in our way. The presence of this card invites you to into the stillness to address any area where the steadying of the balance needs to be restored. Self-honesty and willingness to listen to your head and the intuitive wisdom of your heart will help identify areas needing attention. As the author of your own script, if change needs to happen, you and you alone have the freedom to rewrite the story. To realize your dreams, don't be afraid to aim for the stars. But as my grandma used to say, don't be so heavenly bound that you are not no earthly good. I love that. Don't be so heavenly bound that you are no earthly good. I love that. So there you go. There are the cards. Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate everything that you all do. Subscribe and comment down below. I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon as I can. It'll probably be, and if I'm going to try to do one at the end of October. But that's still in the works right now. So comment down below and subscribe. And next we are going to be doing either the Diablo, the Sanctuary, or the Haunted House, which is one of my #1 favorites. So I need to get another deck. So thank you so much. Have a great one.